Love up, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday. I kind of overslept during the evening, and now it's dark and we haven't gotten we didn't come to pour some water for the cows and get some taro for Sunday, so thought I'd make a content on some last minute runs. Hope you enjoy. Tomorrow is Sunday, and we must respect the Sabbath. That's why usually every Saturday we try and fill up the trough just so that they have enough water until Saturday evening, around 5 or 6, when we can come and check them and see if the water is still okay. So that's why we try and fill it up now, because it's going to be a long day tomorrow, where no one can come and check them and see if they have enough water. So yeah, the cows aren't here. They're probably down towards that side over there, and they'll probably come tomorrow morning. about to head back home now. Just a short episode, but one of those last minute things. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share our channel. Go far. If I remember the comments.
Remember the comments.
That's silly. Good evening, guys. It's 10 minutes to 5 here in Samoa, 5 p.m. Sunday. As you guys saw last night's video, as I mentioned, you know, our usual routine is to check the cows in the morning, but because it's Sunday, we have to respect the Sabbath, and religion is a big part of the Samoan culture now. So yeah, we couldn't come in the morning, but that's why we filled up the troughs last night, and so that the water can carry them up until we come today. So it's now almost 5 o'clock, and on my way now to check up on the cows and see if they have enough water until tomorrow morning when Pa'a and Wati arrive. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the Talamu episode. It was a really good day for the when we did the Talamu. We really enjoyed it, and it was also good to see the amount of produce from around the village and around the district. So just goes to show that people are working hard on the agriculture sector, and that's a big win for Samoa. But yeah, on my way to the farm now. So yeah, guys, I thought I'd do a quick walk around one of our new plots. It's always good practice to do this, just so that you see if there's any pigs, because there'll be damage around the plots and stuff. But yeah, so you can see there around that area, that's where one of our new plots, we're beginning to clear the land. Wati and Pa have been hard at work on trying to clear that portion. As you can see, it's quite shady, so we're going to try and cut down most of the plants there. So we're hoping to clear that entire portion all the way down towards where the existing farm is. But I want to show you guys something. Before, when we first started clearing this, I took a photo in this area, just like that, and as you can see there in the photo, this was entire trees and bush, and my brother-in-law and I with the help of our cousin and Wati, we cleared down the entire area for plantations. So it's important to always clear the land because it helps sunshine get in, and as well because mostly the taro needs a lot of sunlight. So that's why whenever we finish growing a plot, we try our best to clear as much trees, the large trees, as much as possible, just so that it helps the taro grow. Although shade does help a little bit, but mostly the taros need the access to sunlight. So as you can see, the conditions of the road are pretty bad. When it rains, it turns into an absolute sludge, which is why I'm pretty grateful for our car, Mitsubishi Triton. I used to give it a lot of slack, bad talk about Mitsubishi, but man, the engines are really good. They've really helped. The car has really helped us here on the farm. So this portion here is a little over a month now. This portion here is about two months. So we planted this first before we planted that side. And as you can see, we try to clear as much of the large trees as possible because the sun comes up that side. So then if you think about around 7 a.m., sun should be there, 8 a.m., 9, 10. It's only around 10 towards 11 when the first sunshine actually hits the taro. So that's why it's important to try and clear down as much tree as possible, just so that there's enough sunlight for the taro. But then you've got 10 o'clock, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost 5 now, and as you can see, the plantation's pretty shady now. So that's why we try to ensure that there's a lot of sunlight for the taro to maximize the growth during its vegetative state. So it's vegetative state where it's rapidly growing, and it needs a lot of sunlight during that time. So again, our favorite varieties that we've planted here is the Fusi variety, which we have there, and then the Talovave variety, the 4-month variety. This one's the 4 months. At 5 to 6, the yield's probably the size, probably that size. So, but for the Fusi, you've got to leave it to about 8 towards 9 months. Our gallons there, so we leave those gallons in and around the plantation so that we can collect water for when we need to spray down the weeds and stuff. We do our best to limit the use of chemicals. Part of the reason is because we want to keep it organic as possible, so we do our best to try and leave it at around 3 months, and then we start spraying the weed. But for the most part, we let towards the harvest time, we let it grow. We let the weed grow because, as I mentioned before, it really helps the taro and the yield. Now we've got a bit of we've had some visitors here. Now I was here last night when I came with my son and my daughter to drop off the water for the cows. So this should have been smooth, but as you can see there, we've got some tracks, and those look like chicken feet. So there's got to be some chickens running around the farm that I don't know about. But anyway, they probably clear the harmful insects that actually damages maybe some microbial too. So it's okay. So yeah, As you can see, as I mentioned, this is 1 month, and already we're starting to see some really good growth with the taro based on the size of the bottom here. This black variety is also one of our favorite varieties. We still haven't really gotten the best results from this taro, and maybe it's because maybe some growth conditions, or maybe we're not planting it right, but this taro actually grows a lot higher than all the other taros. So it's very interesting taro, but hopefully we can be more efficient in how we grow so that we can yield the best results for that taro. As you can see, there's quite a lot of taro leaf blight going on in the plantation, but that's nothing to worry about, because most of these varieties are now deal with it pretty good. That's another leaf that's been affected by taro leaf blight. It's another one there. So this was the disease that decimated and completely destroyed the taro industry here in Samoa. But you can see now that the taro is actually growing a lot better. I mean, the varieties that we have now are growing a lot better. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoy this 4-month variety, is because the new leaves that pop up, they pop up really quick. So despite it being affected by the taro leaf blight, there's a lot of new leaves that grow really quickly. So as you can see here, that's one leaf that's probably gone, yet we've got another offshoot coming up really quick. I'll show you some more. This is another 4-month variety, the cycle variety. So this leaf is damaged, that leaf's damaged, but this one's on its way. But we've already got a new leaf coming up, so good signs for taro. But that's something the agriculture ministry is working towards, is developing taro that's resistant to the taro leaf blight disease. So yeah, I think it's a good enough tour for now. We're going to head down towards the cattle farm and see if the cows are there, and yeah, give them some water. Catch you in a bit. Again, I always honk the horn just so that the cows know I'm on the way, just so that I don't keep calling them out, and they're probably far away from the water trough. Our road's been really bad recently because of the heavy rain we've been experiencing the past few weeks. So I'm taking it really slow now on the road. Starting to hear a lot of noises from the car suspension, so just hope it doesn't give in, because I don't have a replacement. And that's going to be another sink for the money from the farm. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious, the noises that I'm hearing from the car, and can be solved. So yeah. Guys, the reason why you see a lot of taro leaf blight at the moment is because of the heavy rain the heavy rain we've been experiencing. So the rain and the wind actually are the vectors which carry the taro leaf blight. So that's why after a heavy rain or heavy windy period, you see a lot of taro leaf blight on the taros. But now we've just ended the wet season, and we're now entering the dry season. So typically farmers in Samoa work around those two seasons, because once in the dry season the soil actually becomes really hard, so it's quite difficult to plant. So most of the time we try to plant during the wet season, and then let it grow during the dry season. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly attend to the cows, as I think most of them are pretty satisfied now, because I left the trough pretty full last night. So I've been honking the horn, but they don't want to come, which means there's still water left there. See, cow's pretty happy. So the cow's pretty happy. So I'm will probably pour in just one container, and then that'll be enough for them till tomorrow, because they're pretty satisfied at the moment. Just quickly go and check up on the cows, because it's one thing to pour their water, but it's also another thing to actually go and count to make sure that all the cows are in the farm. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So all cows are accounted for. The other 2 were slaughtered for the family funeral, and the other one, we have one bull that's missing at the moment, that we're still trying to find. He left the cattle farm when some other cows were roaming outside, so broke the fence and ran along with them. So it's been about 2 months now since he's gone missing, and still trying to find him. Think of putting up flyers so that people can see that he's gone missing. Typically, the rule of thumb, I think, for cattle farm, so that they have enough grass to graze on, and the amount of land you need to sustain a cattle farm is, I think it's about a 1/4 acre per cow, or it could be an acre. I think it's probably an acre per cow. So if you've got 10 cows, then you're gonna need 10 acres. But as long as you divide them into blocks and rotate them grazing, it should be enough. So that's Suki right there. Suki is the matriarch of the cattle farm now. She's the oldest cow here. The second oldest was the one we slaughtered for the funeral, and also the one behind me. was her, I think, about a year-old baby cattle calf that we had to put down as well. So now the eldest in the cattle farm, and yeah, most of these lassies are quite young compared to Suki. Big Suki. Mickey. So see, the cows are fairly tamed and really friendly, which is why when I had to put down the other two cows, it was quite emotional and hard for me because you know, there's a connection between the farmer and the cow, especially if you raise it in the way that we raise them, which is you know, set free, roam freely. So that's why it's quite hard for me sometimes to put down the cows, and it gets quite emotional too. A couple of the young generations, two there, two down there. Everyone's just resting. Would love to rest myself. So yeah, gonna sign off, head back home and make it in time for the evening prayer. And yeah, I wish you guys all the best, and thanks for supporting our channel. We've been getting a lot of great comments, and we really appreciate the support. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share our channel, and hopefully see you guys in the next episode. Until then, God bless.